Hey, Don here at work. I was just thinking, most people looking for help from a religious leader, be it a father or a bishop or a pastor, whoever, they're usually going to someone with very little experience in real life. The place where they're living is usually like a parsonage or some place that's paid for by the quote-unquote church. They don't have to worry about, the rent going up or, the taxes or getting kicked out of where they're at or the mortgage. All that's usually taken care of by the organization that they're associated with. Most of them have very little experience in a real job, having to deal with all of the troubles of work that you and I know about. They generally went from living with mom and dad to going to some kind of theological seminary to getting a job full-time with, the church, whichever you're talking. Could be Mormonism, could be, a Baptist church, could be Catholicism, whatever. And then they get up behind the pulpit, or you come to them, whatever the case is, and, hey, I got a real problem in life, or they're just preaching a sermon. And, what would they honestly, practically know about the situation? And do I really respect the opinion that they're giving me? Maybe they're even giving me the right answer, but am I really going to receive it? Am I really going to respect what they're telling me? Because they haven't been there, they haven't done that. When I went to welding school, I remember there was a guy that really wanted to be a welding instructor. And he went up to the senior, he wasn't an instructor yet, he went up to the senior welding instructor. And, he said, hey, I want to be an instructor here at the school. And the guy told him, he said, go get a job first. He said, you got to do what we did. He said, you got to go into the field and work on bridges or ships or in some practical field with welding where you have to be a welding fabricator out in the field for several years. So, and then come into the school, then we'll see if we'll allow you to be a welding instructor. But it wasn't just, I know the answers from, I know the right answers to give from, my studies. That's not good enough. To be a welding instructor, to be a pastor, if you will, if you get the analogy, you had to have real experience in the real field before you could just go and say, yeah, I know the answers. I've got the answers written down here, so I'm gonna give those to you. No, you have to have the experience to be qualified. I wasn't going to mention Vincent Stricula, but that's one exception that I know of. To my knowledge, he still swings a hammer. To my knowledge, he still has to put a roof over his house, his head and his wife's head. No one's doing that for him. He still has to worry about the rent. He still has to worry about the pipes breaking. If the pipes break, he's probably got to crawl into the house and fix them. Someone ain't going to come and do that for him. He's got real dirt level, where the rubber meets the road, experience in real life. So when he gets behind a pulpit and gives you something, it's not just from the book, it's from the book and it's sound, but he's giving you real life experience that he's experienced, he's tested, and he knows it's true. So I would look for that in a pastor myself.